Okay, so this is the AMI cable for 2016 Q5. So I open it up so I can make it so that it will connect to the auxiliary instead of the 30 pin iPod, since my sister doesn't have any of them and she wants to stream Bluetooth through her iPhone instead. So when we open this up, okay, now you see the resistors right here? They're connected directly to the pins. So this one is 18.59 measured kilo ohm. So in order to detect the auxiliary, I have to change this one to 1K. That's for auxiliary. So in order to do that, instead of pulling this out, I'm going to solder a 1.1K parallel with this. Then it will be about 1K. Now, supposedly these three pins over here, the blue, gray, and yellow. And on the other side is white, pink, and green. These are the data lines for the iPod. So either we're going to have to cut it or pull the pins out. So I think I want to cut it because later, if I want to solder them back, it'll be easy. And if you look here, on the end, you have the purple and the black, and on the other side, you have a brown and an orange on the end here. These are supposed to be for the auxiliary input. So, by design, if I make this one 1K and disconnected all of these data lines for the iPod, AMI will show up, detect as an auxiliary exists. From there, all we need to do is to plug in a 30 pin Bluetooth dongle, and then when you connect the iPhone to the dongle through Bluetooth, you will be able to play music straight through. You can use everything with the iPhone. That's by design. So until I finish, okay, so if everything fit, it should snap in place like this. Okay, ready for the plastic to come in. So it should slide in very easily. Alright, now just snap everything back on. But we need to measure to make sure it's still 1K. Right now I have 950 ohm across. Okay, so everything's done. A little bit edgy, but I think it's good. Okay, so with 5 volts connected to the red and the black on the cable, we have the power on this one. Alright, so everything's in place. If we apply the 5 volts USB, it will be blinking. And I can pair it very nicely, so it should work perfectly. Okay, so now it's fully assembled, ready to plug in, and the 5 volts going in, still working, so perfect. Okay, so I use the charger, 12 volt charger for the LG phone to power this AMI cable, in case turns off the power by default, because it's detected the auxiliary device instead of the iPod. Plug it in and see if it works. There you go, it's blinking. So now if I plug this one into the AMI, I should be able to stream Bluetooth straight through. So to make it nice and solid cable, we put string tubing around the 2 wire and tie wrap it all the way to the end, and we make a connector. This is the 5.2 volt phone charger, and we connect about 6 feet, so I hope it's long enough to run from the glove box to her closest socket. The other end, so this is industrial connector, solid, just in case we need to turn it on. So supposedly some of the 3G MMI would work right out of the box without applying the power. Alright, the resistors right here. Okay, so this is 2008 Q7, and this one is MMI 2G. Ignition on. So I'm going to turn on the MMI. So the external audio source is active. See that? There's no power. So that means we cannot use it. Now let's plug in the power source. Okay, so we plug in the power source and let's see if we plug this in and see if the power is on. Let's connect with iWave, okay? Alright, now I'm connected. So it creates noise. I think it's the power. Alright, the static noise was from the cheap Bluetooth. Wow, it's so nice now. So quiet. So we can buy the cheap Bluetooth then. The other this Bluetooth right here is only $6. This iLive is a good one. Okay. Alright, so this is Pandora. Wow, the Bluetooth is really nice.
Starting route with 2724 Barkley Way.
So it goes. So it does go through the speakers. The navigation works. That's good. Android phone that we connected, and it's still external radio. That means external source is active. And we can play music. Alright. So it does work with both. The only thing I don't have is the Windows phone, but I'm sure any phone with the Bluetooth connected will work with this AMI cable. Okay, so this is 2016 Q5. When I plug in the cable, it sees it right away, but no power. So now it looks like we have to run the power. Oh, is that you have a dual? Okay, so I'm glad I made two cable. USB too. We still have to put in the power. Alright, it works. So now I need to run the cable outside of this box so that she can plug it in, okay?